Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5th annual Summer Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. Today, we've got quite the race for you. Guelph35, who is well known in the racing community, up against a newcomer who's actually done fairly well in the weeklies prior to the tournament. Nimanva, I believe is that pronunciation. And today, I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth is going to be Smashy, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do here.
Yeah, what it looks like we're going to do here to begin with is have our keys because we have the return spell to start. Unfortunately, the strength is looking a little on the low side, so our runners are hoping to see nothing of a ghost, but who knows what could be in that treasury? Who knows what we start with?
Absolutely, but yeah, with the 13 MP and the return spell, you don't actually need to use that key to get out of the throne room. So that opens up a lot of interesting possibilities if the runners remember it. It's kind of it doesn't really come up very often. So let's see how they play out. And of course, today is our race, but the winner, oh boy, the winner is actually going to face off against Jay Copper in the next series. So that's also going to be a race. And we are starting. The king telling the runners their instructions. They do have to go out, kill the dragon lord, return the ball of light, bring peace to the land of Alfgard. And the first, they have the return spell. The first one is a cursed belt. Second chest is the Stones of Sunlight, one of the 3 key items they need already in their possession. There's the key, and it looks like a Nimanva does remember to go ahead and use that return spell. So does Guelph, obviously. He's an old pro at this. And we are already on the move. Now, we don't have any gold just yet, but it looks like they're going to be doing a save here. That cursed belt, if there's a town nearby, could be the money they need to buy a couple more keys and really bust this open.
We sell the curse belt for 180, and that's enough even if you take a death right after to get keys, but both our runners are definitely going to peek the treasury, electing the save in case there's not much here. gold in the top chest.
Another key,
Oh, there you go. There's your 6 keys.
herb, and another magic key. So 2 magic keys for the price of 1. It isn't that a steal? Unlike the chest in Rimildar occasionally, which is 2 keys for the price of, well, return of 1 key. But with that extra gold, they've got enough money to stock up on keys, get a chance to check out this back door. This has already gotten off to an amazing start, and we haven't even left the castle yet.
Well, technically, we did leave the castle when we used return, but we went straight back in, got all the stuff. We're going to see what's underneath Tantigel. Guelph being the first one there, and it's the Staff of Rain Cave. Our rounds will eventually find the Silver Harp, and we'll be able to turn it in right there for the Staff of Rain, so good to know. That's, by the way, there's a town. I bet this is Rimildar.
Nope, it is actually Breckenary. Wait a minute, Breckenary, the closest town to the castle?
There's another town right there. That. Ooh, hand axe. You could hand axe and broadsword. So, go raid that treasury a couple times, and you could have money for that.
Absolutely. Broadsword is a really solid mid-tier weapon, and it wouldn't take you very long. You've got 2 keys in there already, so you could set up a ghetto grind pretty easily to get the money you need for broadsword. That could give you a commanding advantage given the lackluster strength rolled for them.
Well, strength is not going to matter for Guelph, because he just bought a bunch of fairy water.
That is one of the changes in this tournament. Fresh hot off the presses, this new flag setting is it allows fairy water to be used in combat, and it will do the same damage as a hurt spell. Torches can also be thrown for about half that damage.
And in the meantime, Nimanva, I'm probably gonna butcher that name 20 times. I'm sorry. Nim chose to buy herbs and a dragon scale, so we are equal dragon scale. Nim did see this other town, though. I bet this is Rimildar. I mean, we started with keys. There's like some sort of magic to where you get a key.
Ooh,
strange. Level 2 for Guelph. It has 18 power.
And it looks like Nimanva has found the town of Hawksness and noped right the heck out of there. And then immediately runs into a gold man, does manage to get away. Meanwhile, Guelph tackling a Magi Drake, Kurgenwood has served thee well to another level, 25 more power! Ooh, Nimanva running into a golem, getting sent back home.
Yeah, but not before seeing a cave and the big sea. Guelph is going to find a cave, and it's going to light up with the torch. It is Swamp North.
Swamp North, and keep in mind there is going to be a trap tile in there guarding the princess, which could come in very useful later on, because that's very close to the castle, as well as close to Breckenary and the Motel 6. We'll leave
and level 4 with only 2 power.
Yeah, but level 4, you've already got 52 strength. This seed has just exploded onto the scene. Meanwhile, Nimanva, taking another death, unfortunately, still stuck on level 1.
Yeah, but 52 strength. If Nirvana goes and grabs a hand axe, this could be equalized real quick.
Oh, Guelph running into the rather infamous Red Dragon, or as we affectionately refer to it here, the Fun Police. Because when they pull you over, the fun is done.
Oh geez, Nimanva did not get enough gold for a hand axe.
Not quite. So now he just needs to kill something, level up a bit. Looks like he's doing some more exploration. Ran into a wolf lord, ran from it. Guelph, meanwhile, poking his nose into Hawksness. Magi Wyverns have sleep, and the Dragon Lord Tube. We're at the full wombo combo, as we like to call it, on the Magi Wyverns. So
the real jerk bird.
We really have some jerk birds in this seed.
Oh geez, this is starting to look like a sleepy seed. We've seen skeletons with sleep, we have warlocks with sleep, and we have Magic Wyverns with the Wombo combo. Level 5 for Guelph. What's it got?
5, 6, 10, 4, and the stop spell.
Okay, and now Nimanva can buy a hand axe.
Oh, skeletons also with the Dragon Lord breath.
Ooh, that was a rather nasty surprise. Guelph, I think, ran into one in Swamp Cave, got slept but not wrecked, and runs into one in the overworld, stops the sleep spell, gets just conventionally wrecked.
Meanwhile, this NPC sitting in front of Guelph, keeping him from leaving.
Yep, there you go. Nimanva has the hand axe, and
I don't blame him. I
shall
really
soon
don't
be
blame him. I
leveling
mean,
up.
yeah, and when he does and he gets those stat gains, it's really going to start going. So we've got an amazing opening for this seed. Stones of Sunlight, one of the 3 key items they need to find, was in the castle and in the throne room itself. We now have Guelph doing some shopping, getting an axe and a small shield. They've got an attack power of in the 50s at level 5. This is really starting to go for them.
Yeah, it's RA 72 at just level 5, so as long as you don't get put to sleep by stuff, you can certainly go out and beat some stuff down. Nimanva not quite there yet. Needs to take a few more encounters to needs to hit, I think it was level 3 that had the giant strength gain, and then
well, level 2 still
races.
Yeah, level 2 still took you up to 25 strength from 7, so that's still a very substantial jump, but the next one is equally large, and so we're gonna see some real happening stuff going on here. There's Charlock, of course, on Guelph's screen. Down here is the freebie cave, and in this chest is going to be the cursed belt again. That's 2 cursed belts we've seen so far.
In the meantime, Nimanva going straight east. Hasn't happened upon anything yet, except for some... Ooh! Guelph with a cave, Nimanva with a metal slime.
And that's the Jerk Cave. That's where you're going to need to go to get the Rainbow Drop to actually gain entrance into Charlock Castle proper. Can he take down this metal slime for Nimanva?
Got 2 hits on it.
No! No, Troll Slime is Troll Slime, and it ran away. That is another seed, another flag that we have on the seed is Scaredy Slimes. They always have a chance to run away, and the Demon Knight just sent Nimanva back home.
To be fair, metal slimes normally do not run away under 20 strength. That's what the flag changes. You already have 25 strength at level 2, so it doesn't matter that much in this
Okay. Valid point.
Guelph going after this Wraith, going to 2-shot it and gain level 6.
Yeah, right now, Guelph does have a commanding lead in experience, but, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 160 experience points or so is not really a whole lot at the end. What Guelph does have, however, is a bit more exploration. He's dying less frequently, and as a result is able to find more things.
Well, Guelph is going after this demon. And evidently level 6 was packing as well.
And not only that, but level 6 packed a heal spell, which gives them some sustainability that they were otherwise lacking. That's going to really let Guelph do a lot more exploration, a lot further out. Because he still needs to find his other stuff. They still need to find... Yeah, the town of Cantlin. Now, the town of Cantlin is an interesting one. Not only do you have 3 total weapon shops... Oh, there's a silver shield! So if they get a gold grind going, which they can do, there is a gold chest in the castle. Nimanva running into a golem and getting sent back home. Ouch!
Yeah, unfortunately, Nimanva having a little bit of trouble getting off the ground here.
Yeah, unfortunately. And that's pure RNG. Yeah, but the thing about Cantlin is there's also a fellow behind a locked door, which they have the keys for, but also behind a lot of barrier tiles that will just straight up kill them at this point. That will give you coordinates to a place, a search tile somewhere in the overworld. So this is definitely a place they're going to have to come back to later if the coordinates are in play. And
Well,
there's the
Guelph
green dragon.
can check him right now. He's got healing. He's got keys. He can
He's going to try.
1, 2 heal or herb. Herbs work as well. 1 heal. This might be a one-way trip. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal for Guelph. And numbers
4
are
south, 43 east. That's pretty much a straight shot. As long as that's not on the second continent, that should be easily countable.
And I think Nimanva's exploration actually took him quite a bit east, so it does look possible.
Looks like Guelph is going to avoid the quick trip back home. Is going to go ahead and make his way back out of there. Meanwhile, Nimanva finally reaching level 4 and is going to be getting some more stats here. Or level 3. No, it is 4.
Yeah,
So,
level 4. Nimanva.
He's in a much better position now, but unfortunately, due to really bad encounter RNG early on, does have some catching up to do. Unfortunately, this Rogue Scorpion just not going to let him get away.
Yeah,
And we'll send him back.
Nimanva needs probably those wraiths would be his best target. And dead end for Guelph, so going to go after this Demon Knight, but I don't think Guelph will be too sad to lose this. Bet wins it, gets a level.
24 agility, 24 hit points, and the spell of, looks like, Repel.
Ooh, that is excellent. Guelph, with the stats he has right now, can fight so much stuff. This could snowball in a hurry.
Yeah, especially those hit points are a really, really amazing gain for him. Going up to 66 hit points means that he can now take shots, like, say,
Oh, the Kaishin no Ichigeki to the Mel Slime. And that's level 8.
Yeah, that's
5, 4,
that's definitely...
3. MP, you're ruining the countdown. Guelph taking a quick look at the stats, and I imagine he likes what he sees.
Well, he definitely found Jerk Cave there. He just needs to find the harp and the token. He already knows that the Staff Cave is going to be in the basement of Tantagel Castle. Werewolves, though, have heal more.
Oh, that's real nasty to see. Even once you pick up Hurt More, it's a little bit tricky to beat them in one Hurt More, and they're very low experience. They're the lowest experience enemy out of the stuff that can appear in Sharlock, so that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's just a time waster by the time you get into Charlock. But as you mentioned, it is one of the monsters to be found in Charlock. Now, fortunately, one of the other flags that we do have in here is that the Repel spell will function in dungeons, and that includes Sharlock Castle. So if they've got a high enough defense...
These werewolves hurt.
Yeah, well, right now they're hurting, absolutely.
Yeah, Guelph got another tread on them.
Nimanva picking up level 6. Still about 500 experience and change short. But again, that can easily be made up depending on what kind of grind they do. I mean, we're still in the early phases of this game. Oh, Guelph finding looks like Garenham.
Ooh, that's a
And of course
nice
he's
town
got
to
those
find.
keys.
Yep, with the keys, you get the 3 chests in the back of the Garenham, and you get a cave.
Yep, absolutely. Meanwhile, Nimanva finding a cave of his own. Looks like that's that Swamp North cave, I believe.
Yep. So I'm gonna go through, or... Yep, attempting to go through. Herb.
And token!
Important item. The token is one of the key items. And beneath Garenham is...
Is that going to be Grave?
It looks like it. Yep, that's the grave. You walk north and you don't bonk. You walk south and you don't bonk. That's grave.
Yeah, comment in chat. What, who rolled this seed? The Garen's grave in the back of Garenham?
Okay, looks like Guelph, not confident in dark dungeons, is going to purchase some torches and take a stab at that Garen's grave. As soon as this NPC gets out of the way.
Yeah, NPC pathing, truly one of the true enemies of any player.
In the meantime, I believe Nimanva is looking around on the second continent. I don't know if this was simply the Swamp South or a brand new cave. We shall soon find out. It is... looking like Tablet Cave for Nimanva.
Now that one is a little risky to bonk around in because there are no encounters in Tablet Cave, so if you get lost, there is no way to death warp out. Meanwhile, Guelph finding dragon scales in this cave.
Shall don the scale of the dragon for 2 more defense.
And using that repel in dungeons that we had mentioned earlier, keeping the lesser minions away.
Yeah, with the current defense and the repel up to the Metal Scorpion will be repelled. Anything with higher strength can still try to pick a fight with Guelph.
Oh no, the Armored Knight, also known as the AK-47 in the community due to how hard it hits.
These Armored Knights hurt.
However, Nimanva did pick up the Fairy Flute in Tablet Cave. So, and just found coal. Now, there is a search spot here, 4 tiles south of the bathing coal. Here is the Silver Shield again.
Guelph gets an herb in Deep Grave, utilizing the actually good agility to run from another Armored Knight.
I think Nimanva is checking and seeing what kind of cash he would need. He sees the broadsword there. I'm betting he's also looking at that chainmail. Oh, looks like he is...
Oh dear. Well, adding to the misery in Deep Grave, there also yield Dragons of Red.
Ah! The Silver Harp is found in the search tile in coal. Now, us commentators know where all 3 items are. Which means those have to be either the big sword, the big armor, or the death necklace. One of those 3 things.
Yep, that's what Guelph knows. And Guelph does have the chest objective and shall start printing money.
And just to clarify on what is going on Guelph's side right now, this is a well-known glitch from the thing. Back in the old NES days, they didn't have a lot of room in the cart. They only had enough room to remember 8 chests being opened, 1 bit's worth, and it resets whenever you hit the overworld. Well, if you death warp out of a dungeon, you never hit the overworld, it never resets, and it counts those 3 chests that you start off with in the throne room. So if you get over 8 chests opened, it doesn't recognize the fact that it should be clearing the chest, and you can take it over and over and over again. This is what we refer to as the gold grind, and Guelph does know that there are several silver shields available. He's definitely getting at least silver shield money and is continuing to grind.
Yeah, all the way. There was a flame sword in Breckenary as well, so flame sword, silver shield incoming. Nimanva has found Rimeldar.
Normally, the place to go to buy keys.
Yeah, actually managing to be a decent distance away from the castle on key start this time. The inn has an item, the 3rd cursed belt, so we know Hawksness has something now. And oh look, more silver shields. And Guelph is printing everything. Did he see a magic armor at some point?
I think I did see a magic armor somewhere, because that's gotta be what he's going for. The full kit. The silver shield, the magic armor, and the flame sword has gotta be what he's going for. Now he's gonna go save all this gold, so he doesn't have to do this grind all over again, and I do not blame him.
And Nimanva having some Demon Knight troubles, but gets away. So, with 3 search spots, we already know of Cole's search spot is the Silver Harp. So that leaves 2 search spots and 3 items, so potentially both of Erdrick's things are on search spots. Or we could have the necklace on a search spot, and, well, you have to go looking for one of Erdrick's things.
Okay, there's the flame sword picked up for Guelph. Meanwhile, Nimanva taking down a metal slime. Courage and Wit has served thee well, going to yet another level with another 24 and 24. That was a very critical level for him, and now Guelph is continuing. Uh-oh! Runs into a warlock, hit him with a sleep spell, wakes up. It's dodging, sleeping him again, and it ran away. It slept and ran him.
Yeah, that warlock wants nothing to do with Guelph.
Meanwhile, Nimanva running away from a green dragon.
Yeah, that one equalizing metal slime has managed to put Nimanva just 1 level behind Guelph, and
Yeah, about 250 experience points behind, which again, still nothing in the grand scheme of things, especially not if we're going to be getting up into the teens.
And nothing more over here.
One-shotted that wolf for 40 experience points. He can easily take on these mid-tier enemies now.
Guelph can take on a lot of stuff. He already has 105 attack power.
Yeah, what he doesn't have is the armor yet. He needs to get back here, where there is the shield, guaranteed.
I would imagine at some point, I imagine once he gets all of this taken care of, he's probably going to utilize that repel and take a stab at these coordinates.
I know I would.
Okay, so the Silver Shield for Guelph, looking around for the best armor he can get his hands on. Not going to accept the half plate.
Yeah. Both of these runners would easily be able to count out those coordinates. Me? Well, they don't call me Sneaky the Lost for nothing.
And another dead end here for Nimanva.
There's the magic armor for Guelph. That gets him loaded up and fully kitted out with the best equipment money can buy. Although there is even better equipment that money can't buy that is certainly out there somewhere.
In the meantime, here comes level 8 for Nimanva, going to equalize in the level department.
And while Guelph was gearing up, Nimanva has been grinding out, getting some levels, bringing parity to their experience levels. Well, close to parity anyway. Ooh, running into one of those jerkbird Magiwyverns. To answer a question in chat, yes, we have seen the Fun Police. In fact, there is Fun Police at the bottom of Garen's grave that has prevented the runners from being able to find what's down there.
Yeah, Guelph managed to get the first chest in Deep Grave. It was just an herb, and then Fun Police happened, and that was that. Looks like Guelph's might take another stab at Deep Grave.
He still doesn't know where the harp is. He's thinking the harp might be in the vanilla location. After all, the grave is in the vanilla location.
Yes, but it seems like a risky play, though. You still have Mountain Cave out there. You haven't seen any of the search spots yet. And you have 2 cursed belts.
Meanwhile, Nimanva trading in the harp for the Staff of Rain. He just needs Erdrick's token, which is in Cole. No, excuse me, Cole was the harp.
Okay, level 9 not bringing much, just 1 strength, 8 health, and 3 magic.
Oh, right, it was in one of the 3 chests in the back of Garenham.
Yeah, the token was in the back of Garenham. Grave itself hasn't produced anything yet. And it looks like Nimanva is going north to where a bunch of towns are. So going to equalize this exploration.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this dive was really the right move, although I can certainly understand wanting to just check off the tick box of I don't want to forget that I haven't finished off this cave yet.
Yeah, incredibly high-risk play here.
Ooh, ambushed by a red dragon, and it is not letting him get away. The Fun Police has pulled him over. Can he evade arrest?
Oh, that heal's not going to do much.
No, he will be sent back home. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah, I think he was just 2 steps from the last down stair.
Yet again, Fun Police keeping him from checking out that final chest.
Okay, so what do you do now? Looks like he's going back for Swamp Cave, which is a good play. It will eventually lead to the harp.
Well, not only that, but he may be checking out that spike tile. Look at his stats. He's got an attack power of 106. Unless that spike tile is something like a red dragon or an armored knight, he's gonna be able to probably do a pretty decent grind on that.
Yeah, and even if it's an armor knight, those things have hurt. Though that's still a possible fight. Looks like he's going to explore beyond the swamp cave, though. In the meantime, Nimanva is sampling the goods of Cantlin and taking a quick look at stats. Yep, going to go get the coordinates. And we'll see how this plays out.
Going to have a much easier time of it since he has a much higher total HP.
Meantime, Guelph is feasting on these Demon Knights. 90 experience per will quickly level you up. We got a cave, I believe, process of elimination. This has to be...
Oh. South? So it is a one continent.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
And there's Mountain Cave.
Okay, so maybe did... I thought Nimanva was on the second continent. So I don't know where that coal was, but Guelph has found the mountain cave. And we know one of the potential searchable items is in the chest, so let's see. Take it, you've found the fairy water.
Oh no. The fun police. Oh, manages to evade arrest that time.
Yes, mountain top floor shares the same zone as swamp, so you see dragons in swamp, you see them in the top floor of the mountain cave.
Meanwhile, Nimanva picking up a large shield for himself.
And Big Stick is in the mountain cave.
Well, that's really reducing what can be on that search tile then. It's either got to be the armor or the death necklace.
Yeah, at this point, we don't know what Hawksness is either, but one of them has to be the armor and one of them has to be the death necklace.
Assuming there's anything in Hawksness.
Found 3 cursed belts.
Ah, right, you're right. So there does have to be. So that's gotta be it. I mean, there's the. And they both know where Hawksness is. It's very close, actually, to the castle as well. Depending on what's on that spike tile, that could also be a really solid grind point. And we are going to start heading into that phase of this match fairly shortly. Nimanva now has sight of Charlock as well, but unfortunately could not get away from that stone man. Will get sent back home. Guelph taking down his, instead of trying to run, he decided to fight and managed to take it down for 150 experience points. Not too shabby.
Yeah, that sword paying off big. So we're going to see if Nimanva is going to take a stab at these coordinates real quick, or what his plan is going forward. I think Nimanva just well, north of Charlock is the token, and then we'll see what he does from there. We already know the file chest and grave is nothing. It might be the fire ring. Nimanva is counting.
Yep, he's wanting to go after that search spot, and we know that it's got to be something juicy.
In the meantime, Guelph utilizing Stop Spell to block the Spell of Hurt, and is going after this Armor Knight.
And takes it down quite handily. Courage would have served thee well, promoted to the next level. 3 power, 11 response speed, 6 hit points, 9 magic points.
And spells. Oh dear, Nimanva in the count. Slept by a Magic Wyvern, but wakes up and gets out of there.
Guelph running into a blue dragon, runs away immediately.
A little bit surprised he didn't take a stab at that, see what the blue dragon's packing. And Vanna keeping on the count, starting the search. Found nothing. Found nothing. Nothing. There's no one there to talk to.
The death necklace is on the search tile, which means the armor has to be in Hawksness.
Yep. And nobody's taking a stab at that yet.
I mean, Guelph could very easily take on most things that would be on that trap tile, except maybe the Fun Police itself.
Guelph could take out the Red Dragon. If he gets it full HP and gets good rolls, 121 attack power can just tear through even a Red Dragon. But it looks like Guelph is going to go get the princess. Or... Okay, cave is Guelph in? Oh, Guelph's in Tablet.
Now he does at least have a torch, so if he does get lost, he can light up and get his way out of there. But if you don't have a light source and you don't have outside yet, you can get yourself stuck in there. And since there are no enemies to do a death warp on, that's a reset, and that can lose you a race.
So yeah, Guelph will pick up the fairy flute.
And that means golems become a potential option for him as well at that point. That is the sole purpose of the fairy flute. It will automatically put the golem to sleep. In the vanilla game, it was pretty much the key to Cantlin, because the golem sat outside. But here, it means that the golem is one of the potential trap tile encounters, and if it is, that's a potential grind for Guelph. At 255 experience points, those guys are worth a decent chunk of change.
Oh, and here we go for Guelph is going to find the silver harp here.
That will give him the third and final item he needs. He already knows where to go to turn in for the Staff of Rain, and he knows where the Jerk Cave is to get the Rainbow Drop. He also knows where Charlock is. He is in grind and go mode.
Well, technically he still needs the armor, but we know where the armor is at its vanilla spot in Hoxton. So Guelph peeks in there, takes out whatever's over there, searches. Oh, I have the armor now. I'm just outright. I have everything. And as soon as Guelph, I believe this was a cursed belt, so this would be the third cursed belt, and that should...
Yeah. That should be his clue that he needs to head back to Hawksness.
That and the coordinates. He hasn't done the coordinates yet. But it looks like a pop off of keys first.
Now, for those new to the series here, the Death Necklace has a unique function in the randomizer's seeds. There's a flag that is used in this tournament where the Death Necklace, instead of its normal vanilla function of causing you to lose hit points every step you take, will cut your max HP by 25%, but increase your attack power by 10. So I don't think that's really going to be necessary on this seed unless they absolutely don't get any more strength for the rest of the seed, but something that occasionally comes in very handy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nimanva having a bit of trouble finding Garen Ham for his last key item.
And unfortunately finds a fire-breathing skeleton that sends him back home.
Fire-breathing skeleton? Have we went Mortal Kombat here?
Toasty!
Okay, see where Nimanva is going. Looking like in the general direction of the swamp caves? Nope. Maybe. Guelph is counting, so that'll be the Death Necklace soon. Now this could... If Nimanva gets out of Swamp and manages to find Mountain Cave and gets through it, as Guelph completes count for the Death Necklace, that could be a gold grind setup, and then maybe from there you take out the Hawksness boss, and then you don't even do Grave, and that could be a way Nirvana picks up some time. But Guelph is into Hawksness.
And it is an armored knight on the spike tile. Not exactly the best one to see, but definitely able to be taken on, and not a horrible grind. Keep in mind, not too far away is going to be the swamp cave. He may elect to check that spike tile as well, because it's just as close as this is.
He just went. It's looking like you stop their spell and confirm there's the armor. You block their spell and you just hack them down, and this should be a nice quick run. And Guelph is just completely in grind and go now.
I mean, you don't even need to cast stop spell. A hurt spell is
They have
nothing.
heal more.
Oh, they do have heal more? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, stop that spell.
It helps out because if they get spell happy, you're not taking damage and you're not having to heal a whole lot as well. Oh, because we are still lacking the Moors.
That is definitely true. That is the one thing we don't have yet. But, fortunately, the attack power is so high that they're able to really take on these bigger enemies now.
And this Armor Knight will be the level for Guelph. Just has to actually hit the Armor Knight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I were the runner, I would be grinding on this Armored Knight until I run out of mana, go back home, and I would at least check that other spike tile just to see what my options are. Because if that other one is something like, say, an Axe Knight, that would be real tempting.
Well, let's see what level 11 has.
Not a whole lot, but a new spell, Hurt More!
Actually,
So, yeah.
probably not the more you want at the moment.
Not with an attack power of 122, not especially. Although that does mean one-shottable Axe Knight. So...
Oh, Nimanva got sniped in Mountain Cave by a red drag.
So is he going to go back to the mountain cave, or is he going to do something else? Because we know at least that the Edric sword, the big stick as it's called, is down there. Is he going to set up a gold grind here?
I don't think he took enough chests to get a gold grind active. I think he only got one.
Oh well. He did take that gold chest last, just in case.
It does look like Nimanva is going back in that direction, so the time loss sucks, but with 4 chests still there and you haven't seen Garenham yet,
the token's still outstanding. There's 4 chests there. It's low-hanging fruit. You might as well go back and check it out.
Yeah, now he knows, since the fairy water's up top, just make a beeline for the downstairs. In the meantime, Guelph's still utilizing stop spell and swing strats, which are proving to be effective with this high attack power.
Yep. Now the interesting thing is, what is he gonna do when he runs out of MP? Is he gonna come back here, or is he gonna check out the swamp tile and see if that one's maybe a little bit faster of a grind? If those things are Axe Knights, with that Hurt More, you've got a really good chance of doing a one-shot kill. That's a lot faster iteration.
And it does look like Nimanva has made it through, or... Yeah, that does look like 2nd floor.
Yep, because there's the gold chest there, and then now he's going up to get the other 2 that's up top.
Yep, and that will lead to Big Stick. In the meantime, if Guelph can defeat this Armor Knight, it will be good for level 12. Spells are blocked. Looks like the stop spell is being fairly accurate against these Armor Knights, which is helping out here.
Absolutely. I mean, the Armored Knight's still hitting very hard, even with Erdrick's armor and a silver shield. Courage and Wind is certainly well, next level. Power 2, response speed 5, hit points 5, magic 5, and a new spell, which is...
Are you going to check your spells? Oh, he's just going to heal. We'll discover it eventually.
Radiant. No, Hurt.
Radiant and Hurt.
Radiant and Hurt.
This
Well,
Dragon
I mean,
Warrior hurts.
And he's
But yeah, heal more. Not enough HP yet. MP's still low. Yeah.
Okay, he's just going back to grind on this Armored Knight. I don't really blame him. I would have checked out the Spike Tile in the Swamp Cave to see if it's a better grind, but I mean, bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. This is a very short walk to Breckenary and the 6 gold inn. We'll keep the torch on for you. And, I mean, you just can't get much better than that.
It looks like Nimanva is trying to Death Warp out of Mountain Cave and was trying to get a skeleton to breathe DL2 breath, but skeleton was having none of that and just left.
Ah, there's the fun police. That should get him his trip home that he's wanting. And he's wanting that because now that he's opened enough chests down here, he's gonna definitely be able to unlock that gold grind that Wolf did earlier. That's going to definitely get him the silver shield, probably going to pick up some kind of armor to go along with it. Still hasn't found Garenham yet, so he doesn't know what that is and doesn't know what's in the grave yet. But he's got to be thinking that, you know, he's got some more exploring to do.
Nimanva finally remembering the wraparound feature. Bit of a quality of life change. Normally you couldn't press up from the top of the menu to go to the bottom, but that has been changed.
One of the courtesy quality of life upgrades that the randomizer provides to the players.
Well, it's a courtesy until you spend an entire seed with heal more, and then you learn hurt more. And then you fight a red dragon and attempt to hurt more.
Yeah, I've seen that miss menu happen once or twice. Of course, what's really bad is when you do that miss menu on a Dragon Lord fight and then lose the match because your opponent manages to finish his off before you can get back down. Which I've also seen in the last season, actually.
Okay, so Nimanva, no need for a weapon, just gets enough for the silver shield and magic armor.
Saving.
In the meantime, I believe Guelph does level off this armor knight.
Yeah, he needs 4125. And that's gonna be it. Courage and Wit have served thee well. Power by 1, response speed by 2, hit points 11, magic by 7, another spell, and it is the sleep spell.
Yeah, thankfully stats still aren't there yet. The attack power MP combination isn't quite there yet, so no big deal if there's no heal more, just keep at it.
Well, as you can see, these stats are starting to change colors, and for those new to the randomizers, what that means is the green stats are the ones that are good to go for tackling the Dragon Lord himself. The ones that are in orange, you're getting close, if your other stats are okay, you can sometimes get away with a lower stat. Like if you've got a really high attack power, you can get away with a few, one or two less heal mores in the tank, and vice versa. If your attack isn't quite there, but you've got a bunch of heal mores in the tank, you can try to risk it. But right now, the problem is they don't have heal more yet. That's going to absolutely be mandatory to be able to take on the Dragon Lord. So, at the very least, until we get that spell, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to see a lot of these Armor Knights go down.
IGBYMO. Another feature of the randomizer is that all spells are guaranteed by level 16. So, at the very least, it's going to be level 16. And with the stats that they are right now, we might hit one of those rare heal more in Ghost Seeds where we have the stats, we're just waiting for heal more. Oh dear, Nimanva returns from Cantlin, was in the area to just had to go east and then still needs to go north from Charlock to find the token, and that will just be...
Oh, hey, looks like we're being raided by Randomania 2. Did the other match that started off at 8 p.m. Eastern, looks like it finally finished off. Welcome everybody. Yeah, we're almost in the end game already on this one. It's been kind of a Zoom seed. Guelph in grinding go mode. Nimanva still looking for that token. Hasn't found it yet, unfortunately. Now in here, you'll notice Nimanva is just getting there the first time. He will find his Erdrick's armor here. Meanwhile, Guelph, of course, grinding on these armored knights. You've got
Guelph is just outrighting grind and go. All he has to do is get the rainbow drop, but he knows where that cave is. And with the proximity of the jerk to Charlock, he's just gonna wait until he's ready to go and then do all that at once. Okay, Nimanva sees the armor knight, looking at the spells, does the stop spell, will block the spells. Should be a piece of cake for Nimanva. And
well, I was gonna say, while we're doing this grind here, definitely want to make sure you follow these the runners, Guelph35 and Nimanva. I am, of course, Sneaky the Lost in the commentator's booth. With me is Smashy. For Tracker, we've got Kigalis, and of course, CyberDark86 is our restreamer, bringing you all of this lovely content.
And boom, armor for Nimanva. Just needs the token now, so as soon as Nimanva finds Garenham, that will be token, that will be outright grind to go. It looks like, actually a little bit, Nimanva is at least going to cash out this stock of MP and then go looking.
I really can't blame him. I mean, these things are a decent grind. You've got MP, it's right here, it's low-hanging fruit. Why not? It makes it just a little bit safer for you when you start going back out to try and find that token.
Nimanva accidentally running away first try. But even if this was actual grind and go, which it isn't yet, still needs that token. Guelph has already built a 4,000 experience lead, has just hit 14, is still not getting stats. Stats have slowed. Ooh! It's not time yet because we don't have heal more, but that was a lot of MP.
Yeah, with 111 MP, even with an attack power of only 126, that's borderline go time for stats alone, assuming you brought some Fairy Waters to try and boost things up, because remember, Fairy Water is a guaranteed 9 to 16 damage range, gonna be doing a little bit more than your sword is, and that should be enough extra damage to put you over the top, but without that heal more, it's just not viable.
Nope. Still need the heal more. Like, if I was running this, when I ran it, I have a timer going that I split on key objectives, like the key items, Erdrick stuff. I would be very tempted to split it stack go, but that still leave me in Guelph's shoes with 2 splits left, because I still need to go get the rainbow drop, and I still need that heal more, because you do need it. And level 11 for Nimanva. Quickly gaining a level there and picking up Hurt more, and going back out onto the world.
Yep, and of course, we've gone ahead and linked the Discord in the chat channel. If you like this content, if you want to try playing this content, you can check us out in the link below. We've also got the link to our schedule here for the 2020 summer tournament and the brackets as well, so you can see who's going to be squaring off against whom. If
Nimanva is heading in the correct direction.
And there it is, Garen Ham. And in the back of Garen Ham is going to be the token. That's going to put him into grind and go mode. But unfortunately, he does have a substantial experience point gap to make up. Now, that's not to say that it's a done deal yet. Charlock is known as the Great Equalizer for a very good reason. Especially because we know werewolves, at least, have heal more, which makes them really annoying.
Well, you're running from them. In my honest opinion, you have one of the fun police kind of handcuffed by the hurt spell, so that will help out our runners. However, we do not know what blue dragons are capable of at all, so...
Yeah, every time we've seen them, they've ran away.
I don't think we've seen Star Wyverns yet either, so a couple question marks still up in the air. Nimanva is going to go ahead and cash in for the rainbow drop. Just has to go to this cave, and that will be the rainbow drop. And then it's grind time.
You think he's gonna poke his nose in just to see what's what in Charlock?
I don't see any particular reason to, but does look like
he is. Maybe he's just getting it out of his way so that he can just focus on grinding? Meanwhile, Guelph continuing to pile on and increasing his already 4,000 experience point lead.
Yeah, Nimanva just wanted to throw down the bridge. And he's going to heal up, so... Okay, so with Hurtmore on board, we're going to see if Nimanva is going to decide that the Armor Knights are good, or are we going to see a peek into Swamp Cave?
And see what's on that trap tile. We'll see. It's about equal distance from Breckenary either way. Oh, he's going after those Armored Knights as well. Can't say as how I blame him. And now we have officially gotten into the Nintendo Classic portion of our cast, the grind. Although it's a lot less of a grind than it would normally be. In our randomizer, we actually cut the experience point requirements per level in half.
75%. There is an option for half, which... if we ever need a tiebreaker at that point, that's when that will come into play, but standard races use 75%, and
right.
If you have some time to kill, you still have the option for normal experience. But also, we use the remake experience totals up to 255 experience, because obviously, I believe Red Dragons are something like 350 in SNES, which a little bit more than this game can dole out in one go. So, up to 255 experience, all the monsters give out a lot more experience. So we aren't sitting here for the rest of the night grinding.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Warrior 1, the game, I played it way back in the 80s on my old Nintendo Entertainment System, and this game was like 90% grind. You can actually, I mean, there's been runs of the game that have finished in under a half an hour that are RNG manip runs where there's no grinding. It's that fast of a game without the grind. But we've gone ahead and at least minimized that. But there is going to be some grinding going on here. And
Yeah,
as we
manipulated is under an hour. No manip, I think, goes into like 5.5 hours. 1 power, 1 agility, 8 health. Spell, is it the troll? No, it's heal more. So
it's all of them actually.
what's the important one?
Heal more is
Well,
the important one. I think he's
look
at least
the
going to
stats.
finish off grinding here.
And I think Guelph just wants to secure it. Doesn't like the MP to AP ratio.
I mean, he's only got 13 heal mores for 127 attack power. I can understand his concern. I mean, yes, as is pointed out, Fairy Water can easily boost that up into definitely winnable. He's just trying to be safer than sorry. We're only just now rounding out the 1 hour mark.
Yeah, time for a quick little bit of Dragon Lord math. When we're trying to figure out how offensively capable we are against the dragon, the first important number is 100, which is the defense of the Dragon Lord. So you take your attack power, you subtract 100 from it, so basically just chop off that 1. And then you take your leftover, which is 27 attack power. You cut that in half, round down, that's 13. You cut that in half and round down, that's 6. So your damage range is 6 to 13 for an average of 9.5.
Which is not great because, of course, what would a randomizer be without randomizing the hit points of the Dragon Lord, which can have anywhere from, 150 to 165 hit points.
Yeah, and then when trying to figure out your attacks, you'll generally get about as many attacks as you have heal mores, but you have the potential to get the first strike on the Dragon Lord, which will let you get an extra attack that way. And then when you're out of MP and you're just going for it, you get another attack that way, so...
Now, interesting thing, since we were talking about fairy water, Breckenary is one of the places you can buy fairy water at, and that's where he's at. Nope, looks like he's just going to do more grinding. Ah, well. No!
Potential...
He is not going to do more grinding. Is this a dive? It could very well... No? Wonder what... Oh, yeah, that's right. He still needs to turn in for the rainbow drop.
Yeah, he still needs to make the rainbow drop.
That's right, because he was just grinding and going. So, no, this could actually be a legitimate dive here.
Yeah, and it would be... If there's not a full inventory of fairy water and Guelph side, it's going to be a little bit scary because even if you max out your attacks here, you get 15 attacks, which at only 9.5 average is 142 damage. However, with 117 HP and 92 defense, there is the potential to get some extra attacks in, which might be what he needs.
It is risky, but there's at least a chance that he can make it. And, he may be feeling a little bit of pressure because he knows that this is kind of a Zoom seed. He saw how fast he got to where he was, and he's got to be wondering, okay, if I've been doing this fast, how fast is my opponent doing this? So maybe he's feeling a little bit of pressure there at how easily he got everything, and is feeling a little bit pushed to maybe take this risky dive.
Well, he is trying to do some fighting on the way down. He can spend 3 more MP safely. So maybe going to finish out 16 on the way and hope it's good strength.
That's entirely possible as well. Oh, Star Wyvern.
Okay, Star Wyvern's actually defense broken. Guelph has more defense than the Star Wyvern strength, so the Star Wyvern uses a completely different formula that bottoms out at 0 damage and outright miss. However, it is rolling hard on him, so HP quickly draining off.
Yeah, but he recovers 1 HP per step he takes. There's a werewolf. We know the werewolves have heal more. I think he may have forgotten about it because here he is just attacking it. And there's the heal more, which reminds him, oh, right. Oh, looks like they also have the hurt spell. That's nice, because that only is doing a couple of damage.
Oh, another heal more. It does look like a high percentage heal more.
Finally took it down, but that's gonna... If he's gonna continue fighting these werewolves, that's gonna take a lot more time, just because it's gonna keep healing itself. Meanwhile, Nimanva is gonna be grinding pretty consistently on these armored knights. So we'll see if he can try and make some time up here.
Oh no, Guelph just lost a heal more trying to stop spell this armored knight.
And so at this point, heal more. So yeah, no, this is not going to be a serious dive. He's probably gonna. He might actually go down just for the ring. See if the fighter's ring is in the armory down there.
AKs aren't mean. He's just because they have a bunch of hurts. Yeah, it was the magic weapons that had the one. Oh, Guelph's just leaving. Ooh, wizard.
Yeah, Magi Wyverns have the full wombo combo of Sleep and Dragon Lord 2 Breath, so they were the real jerk birds of the seed.
But yeah, it looks like Guelph's just leaving. And I don't blame him.
I mean, he knows at this point there's no way he's going to make this dive, and it's just not going to be as fast a grind as, say, you know, the Spike Tile and Hawks.
Head Dragon's on the top floor as well.
Well, that's useful information, at least. Meanwhile, this dive is a bust, but at least it's not too bad of a time loss. It would have been a lot worse if he had lost those spell points at the bottom of Charlotte Castle and had more time invested in the dive. Well, it looks like he's going to do some grinding here in the front door.
Yeah, he's not that far from the level, so he's going to finish it off and then go recover his MP. Garenham's not too far away. Just walk up there and... And really, it's not... Really, not that bad of an idea, because it's not going to take too much more strength to tip the scales. With just one more strength, suddenly your damage range jumps.
Yeah, next encounter will do it.
In fact, he could probably be walking to his heal, but going to take the wizard here and gain level 60. But even one more strength would give a full point of damage to his average, and that is when it starts getting more viable. But how about 5 more strength?
5 strength right there. Yeah, as you can see, all of those stats are green. That is obviously 2 go levels. He's going to step in real quick, probably buy up some herbs, buy a torch, and heal and go. This is going to be the dive, and barring unforeseen Charlock based RNG, which we've seen many times previously, you know, this is pretty much a done deal if he can manage to bring all of his MP down with him.
Yeah, that was worth an extra heal more and a bunch more attack. Or his damage range is now 6 to... No, not 6 to... 8 to 16. Okay.
8 to 16, and he's got 14 heal mores in the tank now. That's easily enough to be able to take this bad boy down. Assuming he can get down there. He also has a couple of MP left over. If he starts feeling a little bit threatened by some of these guys, he can always toss a stop spell out without really having to worry about it. Or maybe even a repel.
Yeah, Guelph could spend a couple of heal mores and be fine here. We're not even touching into his great double potential. 121 HP, 97 defense. That should almost certainly produce a double at some point. Unless the Dragon Lord just decides he's actually 90% breath.
Well, if he continues being able to run away from the Fun Police, he just used that fairy water to be able to reduce the encounters with a defense of 97. He won't have to worry about any more wizards or werewolves. The only things he's really going to be running into here are going to be Stonemen, Blue Dragons, the AKs, and the Fun Police.
And Golems.
Oh,
but,
and Golems.
Cutting out over... I believe that's cutting out about half of the potential Sharlock pool. Although we have seen the Snowman and the Blue Dragon, but both easily ran from. But yeah, barring utter catastrophe, Guelph is firmly in the driver's seat here. Nimanva is still on level 14, and we know you need level 15 to get heal more. And then you need to go buy a full stock of fairy water to have a chance.
Yeah, 15 is still kind of sketchy. Theoretically, maybe if luck is with you and you have a bunch of fairy water, maybe. I think Guelph is making the right play here with his fairy water, using it to minimize the encounters he's running into on the way down, conserving that MP, reducing the need for heal mores as he approaches, but there is going to be one unavoidable spike tile just before the Dragon Lord. We'll see what that is.
Guelph encounters a Blue Dragon. But yeah, at this point, the Fairy Water does 9 to 16. Guelph normal attacking does 8 to 16. No, not much.
Ooh, Blue Dragon did have Hurt More on tap, but still not enough to take him down. And that was the spike tile. So here is the Dragon Lord. He has conserved all of his MP for this fight. This should get interesting.
Just have to remember to hold down the B button. And he is a fool! Nimanva taking one final pit stop before gaining level 15. And then we'll see... Or... Nimanva. I can't names. Anyways, Guelph has beaten Dragon Lord 1, and there's a
Ooh, back attack!
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, what could have been a double ended up being a single because of that back attack, but he's really on point right now. It shouldn't be... This should be all over, but the counting, unless there's a miss menu. Remember what you were saying earlier about accidentally hitting Hurt More instead of Heal More.
Yeah, currently up to 20 damage. 31. All low rolls so far, unfortunately. But just keep plugging away at it. You still have plenty of time. There's a 15. 46. $55. $66. Yeah, this Guelph is not getting good rolls here. 12 is the average. He's hit over at once. 66. There you go. 79. That's above average. $79 to $92. And there's a double. 105. And Guelph should get away with this. Yep. $118. Guelph, I think, is a mortal lock to win this now. Oh, especially when you get hits like that. 15, almost his maximum. 10 a low roll, but it doesn't matter at this point. He's probably going to win this with at least 2 heal more to spare. Gets a double.
Then break out your GGs! Guelph has defeated the Dragon Lord, held the Orb of Light aloft, and will be returning back to Tantagel Castle for his reward.
Yeah, level 16 was free. Guelph did not roll that well in that fight and still had 2 heal mores left.
Yeah, and honestly, Nimanva doing very well for himself in this race. He got a little unlucky at the start of the seed. When Guelph managed to tackle a couple of enemies, Nimanva ended up getting killed several times, ran into some of those early skeletons with the Dragon Lord breath. It kept him at level 1 for like the first 5 minutes of the match. And that was really what Guelph capitalized on to really start going, getting his stuff taken care of so you could get that grind and go mode going a little bit sooner.
Yeah, Guelph got out there with the... Guelph got out there with a fairy water start and just got going soon and never looked back. GG. Official ISL time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 8 seconds. Guelph takes it. Nimanva is up to level 15, which in theory is possible if you go get fairy waters, and Nimanva taking a look at the inventory, heading to the item shop, so yeah, it looks like fairy water strats are going to come out here.
Well, fairy water is not in the item shop. Fairy water is in the other shop north of here behind that locked door.
Yeah, but he wants to unload his inventory of cursed stuff.
Ah, right. Get rid of your belts and stuff to be able to make room for more fairy water. So Nimanva will be trying this very, very risky strat here. He's not going to need that death necklace, obviously. He wouldn't be able to do very well with that, because if you take out that kind of hit point total from your max, you could easily get 2-shot by the Dragon Lord, and that's a bad time. And there's the fairy water purchase. He's gonna try it. We're trying to see if Guelph is wanting to go ahead and come on into the commentaries room. And here we are. Welcome, Guelph. What are your initial thoughts on the seed? This is a push-to-talk room, so you're going to need to do that to unmute yourself. A little bit of technical difficulties, I believe, here.
Okay, it looks like Guelph does not have a working mic, so we're going to interview via chat. So, GG Guelph, good race. Took care of business. I think the first thing I want to ask is your decision to dive grave a second time. What was your process behind that? Because you only had one chest left in there, and you knew the red dragons were there, and you knew all the search spots were still available, and the mountain cave was still there, so... did you just want to finish that out, or what was your thought process there?
I don't think that you had found Mountain Cave at that point. Yeah, I can understand not wanting to clear it out to make sure you didn't leave anything behind. I thought that was the reasoning behind it, just to make sure. I mean, that's just what the randomizer does. It's the one chest you don't go back to check, has that one last item you're looking for. Every time.
Yeah, and then the other thing I want to ask is your decision to... Okay, I'm going to let you finish typing that, and I'll ask my next question. Your first dive at level 15, was that a dive and grind attempt, or...
Or maybe trying to see if the ring was down there?
Yeah, because we were thinking at level 15 it's possible with fairy water, but you did not go and get the fairy water, you just went for it. So was that a dive and grind attempt that just went pear-shaped, or what was your plan there?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get 16 on the way down. Yeah, dive and grind attempt, but had to use magic on the way and failed in that plan. Hey, you know what? And that speaks really to your experience with this, that you could make that call, okay, this plan is bust. I need to adjust my plans to be able to get this taken care of. Meanwhile, Nimanva has reached the basement of Charlotte Castle, is rounding this corner here, and still has 103 MP, so he's had to use some magic. That's not great, because he lost a heal more doing that. This is an already sketchy fight. It's just gotten a lot more difficult for him. And there's the blue dragon on the spike tile. Yeah, 15 we figured was barely possible with full resources and fairy water, but unfortunately he's at 103 MP, so he's lost an extra heal more in the tank.
Well, how many fairy water does he have? 7 or 6? 6?
Yeah, he also did the grind in Hawk, same as you did. Neither one of you even checked the spike tile in the swamp cave, and honestly, with the armored knight right there, right next to Brecconary, the cheapest inn in the entire game, I can't blame you. I mean, really, it doesn't get much better than that. Alright, thou art a fool. And it starts off with the hurt more. Oof.
Two straight Heartmores. How many herbs are left? 3, so hoping for some stop spells. Hoping these are good herbs that will kind of out-heal the Heartmores. Which they are doing. He's getting up there. You want to see an attack or stop spell? Ah, it's a Heartmore.
Oof, this is not good. Coming into this fight with only 87 hit points.
Could still get 2 attacks if this
Ooh,
is...
max on that fairy water at least. He's exactly at 48. He's gonna risk it and use the fairy water. Max again. Hit for 37. It did pay off. At least these fairy waters are really doing some damage.
already 32 damage.
Another 15 damage. These fairy waters are really paying off for him. Oh, there's a min 9. Hey, Guelph, you got the mic issues taken care of?
Okay, that 12 about average will bring him up to 68 damage.
I think that was a Guelph.
Already up to 83, those fairy waters did work. I think there was a double in there, might be a double in there as well. I think, I'm not sure.
He may actually manage to pull this off even with the deficit he walked into this fight with. That's
Wait,
gonna
that
be awesome.
91. Yeah, 100, but 6 heal mores left. Still has a fairly good shot at this. 100 becomes 108.
Can you hear me?
There you are. How's it going,
there we go.
Guelph?
Oh, it's going good.
Yeah, I mean, how about that start though? Level 2 through level 4? I think you had, what, over 50 strength by level 4?
Yeah, and being able to get the keys and the quick weapon certainly made that early game much more pleasant.
Yeah, that was actually, I believe, the break point between you two as well. Well, you went out, you were able to kill a couple of things off, get those early power levels to really get things going. Nimanva unfortunately ran into something that wiped him out in one shot. I think it was one of those skeletons that had the DL2 breath.
Oh yeah.
Whoa! Break out your GGs. Nimanva just took down the Dragon Lord at level 15 with the Fairy Water strat. Will be returning back home.
Very nice.
158 was enough to beat the Dragon Lord. That's what Nimanva got.
So yeah, I mean, guys, Nimanva, he may be relatively new to this, but man, he just showed his skills. Mad props to Nimanva. And finishing within 15 minutes of a pro like Guelph, if he hadn't got unlucky with this seed roll, he might have actually been able to go a far way into this tournament. Will still be going into the losers bracket, and I foresee him doing very well there.
Oh, I must say, his DL2 rolled near max. I had him at 158, so yeah, I missed the attack in there. But Fairy Water strats letting Nimanva win a level earlier, but unfortunately was not able to dig out the massive experience lead Guelph had built up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nimanva didn't get to Garenham until very, very late. And by that point, Guelph had already started in his grind and go mode, having all of the critical items that he needed. And so by the time Nimanva started his grind, he was at a 4,000 point experience deficit and still managed to only come in. Looks like only Nimanva started his grind. He was at a 4,000 point experience deficit and still managed to only come in. Looks like only
raced him once before and put up a solid time in one race, so I was not taking this one for granted.
Yeah, no,
And
I mean,
Nimanva has actually joined us in the chat. GG to you, Nimanva. And just a little bit of trouble at the I noticed you trying to push out a lot at the start instead of picking up some early levels, and that kind of bit you because of just the first 2 levels had some crazy strength gains that let you just start taking down stuff real. So what were you looking for in the early going that you kept pushing out like that?
Hello?
We have him the same as my ad.
Looks like he dropped out. I think he's having troubles with Discord, the true boss of any tournament.
I was going to say, once you get past the top 3 or 4 seeds, the seeds don't mean a lot much in this tournament. It's going to be wide open once you get past the Holmes, Nest Card, Angel FM tier. There are so many strong players once you get past those top 3.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Awesome. Welcome. So, yeah, it looks
Jeez.
like the big turning point, at least that I thought, was simple bad RNG at the early part of the game. Guelph was able to get a couple of those super powerful early levels, and that gave him the ability to branch out, whereas you got a little bit unfortunate. Took several deaths at the very beginning that really delayed your ability to kind of go further afield.
So when I saw the treasure room at the beginning, I was like, oh, let's just find a cave real quick that might have 2 chests in it so I can go ahead and get that gold grind done. And I didn't level to start with, and then when I tried to level, I wasn't finding any creatures to level.
I went and stocked up on free water, Brack, and then by level 3, I didn't need it.
Yeah, I need to remember the fairy water trick. That's something I didn't think about until late game.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. I mean, your late game, what really sealed it for you, unfortunately, was you just could not find Garenham until very, very late. And by that point, Guelph was already in grind and go mode. You were at an over 4,000 point experience deficit when you started grinding, but you still managed to come in just 11 minutes behind, which is really remarkable. I don't know of very many other runners who could have made it up that fast.
Well, when it came to the grind, I kept trying to decide how I wanted to kill the armored knights. Whether if I wanted to stop spell them and just attack, or if I wanted to try to attack and then get a hurt more to kill them.
I also went back and forth a couple times, and
Yeah, so
it's almost strictly stop spell. Then when you got the extra MP later, you could, I ended up on, if the first swing or stop spell, and then if the first swing was good, I can just hurt more to finish it quick. But if the first swing was bad, I just keep swinging.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I ended up doing, was just keep swinging once you got that first bad hit. Sometimes I would get 2 20s and then I just do the hurt more to kill it.
So yeah, an excellent performance by both runners. Both of them showing their chops in this race. Now, Guelph, you're going to be squaring off against Jay Coper in the next match. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, and I know the award to the winner is a likely date against Mr. Holmes. So I know Jay Coper's a very good player, but I've also seen him in many of the casual races, and I think it's going to be a close match. I think he's beaten me about as often as I've beaten him, so I think it's going to be a really good toss-up match.
Absolutely, definitely a match that no one wants to miss. That's definitely going to be something worth seeing. But this race was so close. It came down to that early RNG, the extra early power levels with like 25 strength points or something like that. Ridiculous. And then another one which was huge, and you had like 50 strength by the time you were level 4. And that just gave you the ability to push out further into the world, to get your laundry list of chores done, to find things a little bit faster. And that was really all it took. This could have easily gone either way, and it was an amazing match.
We put on a good show.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
both of you. I hope I haven't been butchering this the entire seed. I probably have. Nimanva?
It's Nimanva.
Nimanva. Okay.
Well, now I know. You will have Apex Corvid for your next match, but with your tournament life on the line in the losers bracket. How do you feel about that?
Well, to be honest, I didn't expect to win my first match. So I expected it to be on my last life and do my best.
I think you have a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I mean, if you come out swinging like you did on this seed, I really would pick you to be the favorite at this point, because man, you really did a darn good job on this seed. It's almost entirely this. I mean, there are many places where you could say, okay, this runner made this mistake or that mistake. No, this seed, it was pure RNG. That was the difference between you two. Both of you did excellent on this.
Thank you very much for that. The other thing is, I just started racing last Friday, so
Yeah, I had noticed that, but man, you have sure come out of the gate swinging hard. Definitely a dark horse for sure. And I look forward to seeing you tear through the lower brackets.
do my best. Thank you very much for the vote of confidence.
But yeah, how about those Magi wyverns? Real jerk birds, weren't they?
Oh yeah, the sleep and then they just tore through me. That was not fun.
Yeah, Sleep and Dragon Lord 2 were at the Wombo combo. Just what you
I
don't want to see.
don't think I saw any of them until Sharlock.
Well, the Magi wyverns, not the Star wyverns.
The magic. Oh yeah, no, I never saw a single one of those.
Yeah, Nimanva ran into several of those. In fact, they
Yeah.
were really what kept him from exploding onto the scene like you did. He ran into a couple of those jerk birds early on.
Yeah, he hit a couple of them early, but they were actually quite rare. I think we saw a few enemies with Dragonlord Breath early on, but they were like the skeleton and the Magic Wyvern. We didn't see too many of them as the sea progressed. Like I don't think they were. Okay, I think skeletons are in a cave somewhere, but no Magic Wyverns at least, which is good because they're pretty high on the stats.
On the skeletons, I fought some of them near
They were near home.
Yeah, I fought some of them there, and I was doing really good. And then when I decided I was doing something, I decided to run from one, and it stopped me. And Dragon Lord breathed me to death. I was like, "Oh, really?"
I one of them got me early too.
Get over here. Finish him.
Once you got past that, nothing that scary was out there, which certainly helped out.
Did you check the spike tile in Swamp?
No, I did.
When I tried to run through Swamp super early, just in case it backed into Garenham and got caught by a red dragon about 4 steps from the exit. And then I found the other end of Swamp during my exploration later and realized it was single continent and never went back in there once I saw the Hawksness grind was good.
I'll be honest. You said it was a single continent. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Both entrances were south and southwest of home.
That's funny considering I treated them like they were two different continents because I never matched them up.
I think if you walked past the Swamp North entrance and kind of kept going generally south and west, you might have had to curl back up north near the end to find the other entrance, the south entrance.
Yeah, when Nimanva, did I get that right?
Nimanva.
You're Nim now. When Nim went towards Mountain Cave, it was just straight through swamp, so didn't do that bit of exploration. Unfortunately, got another bit of bad luck. Got red dragoned right before going downstairs. Had to make that trip a couple of times to get the sword.
Yeah, that also slowed Nimanva's progression. He didn't get the sword as early as Guelph did. Guelph just picked up a club at the very beginning just to give him something. Got out into level 4 or 5, and then just picked up Erdrick's sword, and it was just straight on ham from there.
Yeah, there was a hand axe in there at some point.
Oh, oh yeah, you're right. There was.
And I had the flame sword too.
Oh
When I
right,
found,
you did the gold grind, and
did
you
the
bought
gold
all of the best
grind.
gear.
from
Nim,
Mountain, I did the gold grind.
Right.
I knew that Cantlin was so close, and I'd be able to get all the things.
I was thinking you did a gold grind out of Grave. Nim did it out of Mountain after getting the sword, so that was somewhere where a little time was gained back. Didn't have to grind that extra 9,800 gold to get the flame sword.
That's right.
All right, Erdrick's
I
sword.
did it on the first, or I must have done it on the first grave dive.
Yeah, you did. But you already knew that the silver shield was guaranteed in a couple of different towns that you had already been to. So it was a pretty safe bet that you were going to pick up the rest of it there in Cantlin.
I knew at least 2 out of 3 were going to be findable, but then I just figured I'd grind for all 3 because Cantlin was there and I had only checked one of the 3 shops.
Yeah, that was a pretty safe bet, I'd say. So, man, I tell you what, though, this was kind of a Zoom seed. I mean, those early strength pickups, you were just off to the races.
Compared to a lot of the seeds this week,
Boy, do we want to make strength comparisons to the other one I had to commentate?
we had more by level 5 than they had level 20.
Probably more like level 17 thing, but I think that's the last I want to talk about that. Ever.
Actually, a lot of the races I watched this week had really low strength.
Now, there have definitely been some challenging seeds that have been played on this week's tournament so far, but that also gives a chance for the players to really show off just how good they are at adapting to a really bum RNG. And even with this seed, it started off strong, but those strength kind of petered out towards the end. I mean, level 15 was borderline, as Nimanva demonstrated very ably. Definitely able to be taken down at 15, but man, that was a fairly risky strat, especially down a heal more from all of the spells you had to cast on the way down.
And then there was I sold my death necklace, so I had an extra space for fairy water.
Yeah, but at 117 hit points, you really weren't going to want to put that thing on.
I thought about saving it in case I died and had to get another level because I wasn't capable of making it down there. But then I was like, let's just go for all of it.
And hey, it paid off. Your dive at level 15 was a success. I mean, those early fairy waters, those were doing some work for you. Those were some max rolls you got there to start it off.
Yeah, was impressive.
I had to get some luck somewhere after the start.
Well, you certainly made up a whole lot, even though you did come in the runner up on this particular match. I mean, it could have gone either way. And by being able to pull off a risky strat like that, definitely showing your chops to everyone.
Well, hopefully I can do better in the next match and keep going.
Well, just think about it this way. I mean, Guelph. I mean, there's a reason he's ranked fairly high in the rankings to start off with. I think he's what 17th seed in SRL, and that's after kind of maybe not doing as many SRL races and letting that decay a bit. Definitely one of the better racers that we have seen, and one of the more consistent ones that we've seen in these tournaments that at least goes up to the Sweet 16, if not further. So the fact that you were able to acquit yourself honorably against an opponent like this, man, I can't wait to see more of you going forward.
Thank you very much for that.
So before we wrap this up, any final thoughts on the seed or about your pairings going on or anything?
Uh,
I would. I wish
that's
Guelph.
Jake Hooper.
I wish Guelph good luck with Jay Coper, and if he wins that, well, I wish him luck in the next match too.
I don't like my chances if I get to face Holmes, but stranger things have happened. Maybe he'll get violently ill in the middle of the match or something. That's my only chance.
I mean,
Oh,
RNGesus is always there. I mean, this match was pretty much decided by RNG. Mr. Holmes, for those at home who maybe haven't been following the SRL leagues, Mr. Holmes is currently the top seed, number one on the seed list by SRL rankings, and was the one who took home the trophy in the last tournament. So, definitely a worthy opponent to whoever wins between Jay Coper and Guelph.
I just want to say that in this randomizer, it's any given race. You can't take anybody for granted. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest. When I filled out my prediction list, I decided to make it called wishful thinking. So I didn't put it where I won every match except for facing him and Ness Cardinale.
Well, maybe you'll get a chance to prove yourself in doing that.
but anyways,
Anything
I
can happen. One wrong turn can always cost you 10 minutes or more. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, but I mean, just a bad red dragon encounter right before a key chest can change everything.
That is very true. I've seen that happen this week.
I believe that is going to do it for us tonight. GG's her runner, and give them a follow. Guelph35, and I'm Nim. I
Niminva.
That's good.
that. Uh, sorry about that. Uh, also giving a shout out to our restreamers Cyberdark and our tracker Kagalis, who did an excellent job. Both of them.
I'd like to say thank you to all the commentators and the tracker and the restreamers. It's very helpful for people to do that for us so we can do these matches.
absolutely.
All right, and with that, this is Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Smashy. This is going to be wrapping up the tournaments for today, but there will be more coming up tomorrow. There's actually going to be several races tomorrow, so keep an eye out. Until then, this is Sneaky the Lost signing off.